Ready, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the IEM qualifiers. I can't pronounce the place that it's from, which is why I'm leaving it out on purpose. Penguin, you wanna...
Alright guys, welcome back to the
it's Sao Paulo or something,
for
right?
IEM Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. I can never say that right. I keep saying it in my head. I keep reading it on the other screen. And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna mess this up. So thank you, Penguin. But anyways, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, to start this off, spawning in the top left corner of the map, playing for Mouse Sports, it is, of course, the Red Protoss legend known as MaNa.
And in the bottom right, spawn location, playing as the Purple Protoss player, representing Carnage, it is ToXiC.
Now, I've got some beef with MaNa. I think his color should be blue, not red, because, of course, red is health.
But red is Mouse Sports.
That's a good point. Actually,
Red is also Carnage.
I'll take team colors over nerd representation any day.
Yeah, I actually need to go beat up Kane for not picking blue last game. What the hell's up with that?
Gosh. Well, Gateway expansion always started here on MaNa, so no cheeky cannons here in this PvP today, Penguin.
Well, not yet. We may see some late game cannon rushes.
I love, by the way, how...
I have seen that, by the way.
Well, I was going to say, I love how we made jokes about PvP taking precedence today in our last series, and here we are already in a PvP.
Yeah, I mean, not that many games were available for us to jump into, so I'm not really complaining, though. I mean,
are you kidding me? This wasn't picked because there weren't many games. We picked this because the players, as soon as I saw MaNa and ToXiC, I was like, yep, that's up next.
Yeah, I mean, ToXiC, I haven't actually seen much of his recent play, but I've seen his recent results, and he's doing very, very well for Carnage and their clan wars, specifically in the SC2 ITL and in the ESL Euro series. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how he likes to play this out. MaNa, on the other hand, needs no real introduction. Bit of a foreigner legend. He's one of the few foreigners to have actually won multiple Premier tournaments.
Dude, Mouse Sports is like a foreigner legend. They're like the one team without any Koreans that like performs admirably. For now. Well, whether they get them or not, the point is, to date, what other team has done so well without them, right?
No, like, that's actually a good point. Like, they've done a pretty miraculously good job. They consistently are one of the better teams in Europe without a single Korean representative. And, I mean, for a while they had Biggs, who's technically Swiss, but he was actually Swiss-Korean, so I guess they kind of cheated with him. But
that's like air quotes, man. But this is really annoying for MaNa, or for ToXiC, of course. MaNa has this probe walking into the base, and until that mothership core or the soccer comes out, there's nothing he can do about it. So if he did want to go for something cheeky, he can't put down the Twilight Council, he can't throw down a Stargate, he has to reveal his build to MaNa. And MaNa's seen that there's been 3 pylons, especially in base, that there's been nothing else taken just yet. Goes for his own Stargate behind this.
We've got ToXiC just going to be going for a 3 to 5 Stalker rush here, chronoing out Stalkers numbers 2 and 3. He just wants to poke across the map. It's a very, very safe opening. It also allows you to put on some pressure and punish your opponent for being overly greedy. If your opponent is sloppy, you can pick off the Mothership Core maybe. Otherwise, you can just try to get a Stalker or another couple units for free because you'll just have more than your opponent. Looks like it's just going to be 3. He's not going to go up to 5. And I would assume that we'll see a Nexus and or a Robo coming up behind this.
Well, I'm actually loving the map spread out of ToXiC, because
okay.
while you can just march across the map and get in your opponent's face real quick, what he's doing is checking for proxies along the way. Now, unfortunately, he just barely misses this one coming out from MaNa. Actually, did he see it? No, he didn't see it. But clears out the entire rest of the map along the way. Now 3 Stalkers to 2, no Mothership Cores involved for either player. MaNa forced to retreat off of this immediately. Will lose a lot of health on this Stalker, but gets to the top of the ramp, gets in range of that Oracle. Oracle, a bit of a cute choice, as it's very difficult to deal with. You know, there's no bonus versus light, there's no easy missile turret, and cannon doesn't quite come out for a Protoss player typically. So back at home, ToXiC actually doesn't have a lot to defend against this. As long as MaNa holds at home, this Oracle does have the potential to kill so many probes.
Yeah, this is going to be a Blink Stalker follow-up here from ToXiC. He's going to be going up into a 3rd Gateway, finishing up right now. There's a Robo following up as well, and here comes the Blink upgrade, but there's not really an answer in his base to this Oracle that's coming across the map, and this could do devastating damage, Rifkin.
It really could, and I want to point out, ToXiC still hasn't seen that pylon go down either from MaNa, so as far as he's concerned, MaNa's completely locked within his base, but be it by air or by proxy, he gets to the other side of the map, and unfortunately ToXiC forced to pull everything off the mineral line. has to just run around until the energy runs out, basically. So many workers being slaughtered here, forcing a counter-reaction on the other side of the map. We'll try to knock down the Nexus. Should be able to take this down. MaNa, of course, just needs to stay within his own base, and he'll come out ahead. He's killed so many workers with this.
Oh god, he's gonna survive. 14 kills, and it survives. This is disastrous, to say the least. There's a Void Ray coming out here, an Immortal almost done, Photon Overcharge. ToXiC is gonna be hard-pressed to make anything happen here. There's just so many power units coming out of MaNa. There is a Dark Shrine coming on in, when behind Rifkin.
It's really the only option you can go for.
There's a Robo, and there's still an Oracle on the map.
And the double problem for ToXiC is he's got no way to pick off either of those units realistically. I mean, Blink can pick off the Oracle perhaps, but he's going to have no detection. He can't possibly get rid of that Oracle. And this gives MaNa a lot of time as well to get more Immortals out. I mean, all you really need is 3 to start shutting Stalkers down outright. Doesn't matter whether they have Blink or not.
Yeah,
that Oracle comes back for round 2, though. Oh, God. And it's going to go down this time, but takes another 5 workers with it on the way out.
Jesus. Like, this is horrifying for ToXiC. He's sitting at 14 workers to 26 of MaNa.
MaNa's got a Void Ray. MaNa's got 2 Immortals. There's no way ToXiC breaks him. And with 26 workers over 15, it's just... Ooh, actually, with the Void Ray being a little bit awkwardly pushed, gets the mothership.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. But he can't lose his own one, and he does. So, a nice little center for ToXiC.
I was going to say, even if he does, these Stalkers have no reinforcement. There's no follow-up behind this, right? Like, these are all so low.
And ToXic's not making probes right now. He's completely all in on this. He's already down 20 supply. Nexus coming down. That is how confident MaNa is right now. Good micro coming out of ToXiC so far. He's going to try to pick off an Immortal. Gets the shields at about half the health, but the Immortal survives. And a DT being warped on in. There is no actual detection here for now. So he could try to do just some critical damage at this, but it's going to be so difficult, man.
Yeah, MaNa's just in such a good spot. That Oracle really solidified his position in this game. I mean, even still, ToXiC has not been producing probes. He's purely been banking up resources to go for an attack. Dark Templar have been revealed, but the Oracle's already on the way. Doesn't even need to cancel the Immortal. Can get the Observer out, no problem. Can even force it off the ramp at the cost of maybe a Zealot. Not even. Yeah, just keeps Dark Templar out. Cancel the Nexus. I mean, that's going to be it. Even then,
the Nexus should be canceled, but
there's 4 Immortals. There's no way. There's just no way for ToXiC to break this, unfortunately.
ToXiC is not fully saturated, so it's not even like he's going to be playing on an even economy here.
Yeah. Oh, Archon actually going to come in to break Sentry Force Field. It's kind of a cute move.
If there weren't 4 Immortals.
Yeah, that's why it's a cute move instead of a good move.
Yeah.
Again, not trying to downplay ToXiC. He just got outbuilded here is what it comes down to. I mean, that Oracle, even if those 3 Stalkers were at home, it would have kept ToXiC soft contained for so long.
Guess who's coming back, Rifkin? The Oracle's brother.
Yeah.
That hurts. It hurts my soul.
And it's nothing at home. So this will be the last of it for ToXiC. He will have to push, go for broke, and if he can't break this, that's it, that's game. Now, he did get a pylon here in the main, which I found a little bit curious. He could warp into Dark Templar if he gets the resources for it and walk it towards the National Mineral Line. Maybe. I see the big question mark, but if, like, right now the way I see it is if ToXiC had a Sentry, he could force field off the ramp, keep the army out of the main, and put DTs in the main, right? And that's maybe his best bet to cause damage, but
there's no money for DTs and there's no workers.
Oh god, he's building 1. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just no good scenario here for him. But yeah, MaNa,
I mean,
MaNa just needs to hold. That's it. He'll match the reinforcements of the Stalkers. Force fields go down. We'll keep the Immortals in place, or will not keep the Immortals in place. Or sorry, not the Immortals. The Archons in place. They are massive units. They will break the force fields, but yeah, just stutter stepping forward. Doesn't even give a good gosh darn. Says, "Hello, I am immortal. Nice to meet you."
Yeah, ToXiC. I don't know why he's okay. He's gonna try to blink on the high ground. 16 supply to 67. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna be hard pressed to find a game that's more over than this.
Even if he kills every worker at this point, MaNa is still effectively ahead. That's what's so silly about this.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand why he's still in this game, to be honest. But ToXiC,
no, it makes sense.
Trying to compose himself.
He's gonna aggravate MaNa, so game 2, he's like on tilt. Like, why didn't you leave?
Lol is not. Oh god, MaNa's gonna Manor Nexus in his own base.
Good game.
Okay. Alright.
Well, game number 1. A little bit one-sided, but that's okay, because it is PvP, and coming back from this sort of scenario is actually not that big of a problem. As easy as it was for MaNa to get ahead, it's pretty easy to make mistakes as well. I mean, just really didn't work out there for ToXiC.